myself. Feeling 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 myself. Hola. 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 Hello there. All right. I am live for the first time ever on YouTube. I have never done this. This is a brand new for me. I've never done something like this. You will never get this. You will never get this. La 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 la. I hope you guys could hear me. All right, let me make sure I'm in. First, what's up, man? Just some guy with a mustache. Dylan, what's up? Hope you guys could hear me well. Greetings and salutations. Planning on getting some videos done, so I figured I would also pop on the live stream while I do this. I hear you perfectly good. I'm glad you do. I'm using a new setup today. Like, I have my main camera that I use for recording, obviously, and all that. But right now, I'm using my Osmo Pocket 3. And I love this thing. I don't have face tracking on. Should I turn that on? Let's see. Whoa, would you look at that? Whoa. Ain't it great? I feel like this is too much if I were to keep this the whole time. But it is really cool that this is a thing. Theo, good evening. Hello. I'm just enjoying this. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? I could go all the way back here. I think this is pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. This is probably too much to watch. And sorry, I just realized, which I should probably fix. I just realized my blanket is on the ground. And this thing's going to follow me while I do it. It's even going to follow me over here. Would you look at this? Now it's going to follow me down here where you can see my setup. I'm not going to lie. This is pretty cool. I've never done this. That's why I'm freaking out over this. I've never done this. What the fuck? This is sick. We can even go out here if we really wanted to. Hello. This is like a whole new thing. Oh, this is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. So what's the deal, guys? Maybe I'll just walk around like this for a little bit of the video. Probably not. I don't want to do that. But it would be pretty cool. I'm just like watching myself do this. You see, this is what happens. I get a little distracted and things like this happen when I got a ton of other shit I could be doing, to be honest with you. So I should probably turn off face tracking mode. Huh? You thought? Bitch? You thought, motherfucker? I'm just joking. But whatever. Hello. How is it going? What do we do? Realistically speaking, if I sit here, I don't feel like it makes that much of a difference. Let me know if you want me to keep this on or not. I've never used this feature, and a lot of people say it's a pretty good feature. Some people say it's one of the greatest. Thank you, Theo. I'm glad you think it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. The fact that we started as apes hitting each other with sticks, now we have face tracking cameras. Been a crazy couple million years. Yeah, that's true. That is so true, Theo. Jesus Christ. Hashtag life's a movie. Hashtag facts. Hashtag. I completely agree with you. Oh my God. Just some guy with a mustache. Have you ever watched anime before? No, I have not watched anime. Frankly, a lot of people say I should watch anime. I haven't seen any anime. I have the closest thing to anime that I've seen is Invincible. And I really liked Invincible. I thought it was great, but I didn't finish Invincible. I've only seen the first season of Invincible. And that's pretty much it. But I do want to see it. And I heard from a lot of people that, who was it? Glenn and well, I know Stephen Ewan voices Invincible. I know that for a fact. But I did hear that Jeffrey Dean Morgan voiced the villain this season, and it was like a rehash of what's it called? I heard it was like a rehash of Negan because of what happens there. So if you see me looking down, I'm just checking on the live stream, making sure everything's okay and up to standard, because I could do this now. This is pretty sick. This is insane. Like, it's moving in real time. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, season 2 was kind of mid, but season 3 was a masterpiece. That is good to know. I do really want to see that. And I need to see it, as a matter of fact. Frankly, some people say I really need to see it. Okay. I just want to check up on the live stream, make sure we're all good in the hood. See what's up. Yeah, no, one of these days I will get my good friend. He actually runs, I was just on his podcast, the Randomizer podcast, James. You should check out his channel if you haven't already, because he's great and he's brand new to the podcasting game. But him and I were just talking about this, and he was saying like how much I got to watch the show on the channel and stuff. Theo, thank you very much. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to do some more dives like that. I think that'd be fun. I got away from it and all that stuff, so I'm looking forward to doing it. You've been killing it, dude. You've been fucking killing it, by the way. I've been meaning to say, I checked up on your channel like a week ago. I feel like you had like 6K subs. You're now at like 9K. You are killing it. Like, your trajectory is incredible. It's absolutely insane. I'm so proud of you, man. Seriously, I'm so proud. Your journey has been fucking wild to watch along the way. It's so sick. But yeah, I'm excited for the video we're doing in the future. I'm very excited for that. What was I going to do? I was going to check up on the stream. You're welcome, Theo. You're very welcome. Okay, the stream looks fine. Stream looks fine. Look, that's me. What the That's weird. All right. Okay. So there is that. Yeah, for real, can't wait. I love having you on the channel, man. Same here. I love having you on the channel too, dude. Love having you on. So what else is up, guys? What's going on? What's the deal? How's it hanging? I think I'm just gonna chill in here for a while. My girlfriend is in Austin, Texas. I have the house to myself for the whole weekend, or the apartment, I guess you should say. It's not a fucking house. So I got nothing to do but bang out some content. Things I'm working on, things that are written and in the pipeline, is a video called Is Negan Good? The Rise and Fall of Dexter, which I'm aware that you guys voted as top priority of videos to put out. I have The Wasted Potential of Frank Lundy. I have a Better Call Saul retrospective, which that one's going to take me a long time because that's going to be like an hour-long video. My first of the kind. And then I have The Rise and Fall of Game of Thrones. Those are the 4 that I've fully written that are ready to go. They're ready to film, at least. Then I got a lot of other shit that I want to work on, but I don't know that I am. Like, got some shit like that. Trying to figure out what to start with here. I know you guys voted The Rise and Fall of Dexter, so I know I need to work on that. It's just a long one. Like, all these are pretty long, to be honest. It's not like any of them are short. Yeah, for real, I can't wait. I love having you on the channel, man. I already read that, but I do love being on the channel, Theo. And I love you coming on my channel, too. Showtime got an insane budget now for Dexter Resurrection. Yeah. I haven't even brought that up, but what the fuck is happening? What is happening right now? How is that even possible? The cast is gigantic. It's huge. I don't know how they have the budget for all this. It's absolutely crazy. Like, sure, yeah, it's exciting, fine, but it's also like, dude, like, I just want the manhunt of Dexter. Why are we adding the frickin' guy from Modern Family? Why are we adding Peter Dinklage? Why are we adding Uma Thurman? Why are we adding, like, XYZ and even E? Like, why are we adding all these people, bro? It's actually pretty crazy. I'm not necessarily complaining because I think it'll be really cool to see no matter what. It's just like, Jesus, Christmas cookies on a Monday morning after work. Like, how? You know what I gotta say? How? Okay? How? And I'll say it over here too. How to that? Jesus. Okay. All right. How many seasons are there in the Dexter universe? All in, there is now 10 seasons. If you include Original Sin as a season. So there's 8 of the original show. Then there's a season 9, which is Dexter New Blood. So that's a spinoff. It's like The Ones Who Live. It's like the equivalent to The Ones Who Live. And then there's Dexter Original Sin. Dexter Original Sin is like a true spinoff because it's a backstory. But the Dexter Original Sin, Dexter New Blood, like I was saying, that one is more like a correction to the horrible ending of season 8. So you could easily consider that like a season 9 instead of a spinoff. Yes, it's technically a spinoff, but it's really just like season 9 of the show. And now Dexter Resurrection is coming up. That's around the corner. And that one is I don't know what the fuck that's going to be. It's supposed to be a sequel to New Blood, but it's like not, I guess. It's just like what happens next. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with this one, to be honest with you. Wonder how long this script is going to take. I see. How long do you think the show will go on for? I was hoping for it to be done soon, to be honest. But it's probably going to go like I hope it only goes like 2 or 3 seasons. But the unfortunate thing is you just really don't know. I have no idea how long it's going to go on for. It's quiet on the stream today. I'm going to add an emoji in here. I'm going to add a ton of emojis in here. A Dexter emoji, a comic emoji, all that stuff. All that Stuffingham Palace. Answer viewer questions live. So how does this work? Ask me questions. Do I think Dead City is good? Yeah. It's all right. Like, I don't know. It's all right. Okay. Okay, questions are up. I don't know how this works. I hope this works well. Do I think Dead City is going to be good? Yes, is good. I mean, I thought season 1 was good. Season 2 honestly looks fucking weird. Like, I don't think season 2 looks good. I just saw the trailer and I commented on Forrest's or whatever his name is, Movie Idol's post where he said it was the best trailer he's seen in like ever. He didn't say that. He said it's the best trailer he's seen in years or something like that. Like, dude, stop over exaggerating. It was not that good. Sorry, and I do like Movie Idol's videos. I don't mean to disrespect him at all. But like when he said that, I was like, what are you talking? Are we living in the same universe? Because I saw the trailer today and it was just not. It wasn't anything. He said, "This is the best trailer I've seen in years." Like in all caps. Like, honestly, it was fucking goofy. Why was there a bear in the trailer? Like, what happened? What is happening right now? I don't get it. I don't get it. Theo said, "Are you excited for season 2?" How do I select a question? What does that mean? How do I select a question? Are you excited for season 2 of The Last of Us? Yes, I am. I'm very excited for season 2 of The Last of Us. I think that's going to be a really good one. I'm very excited for it. Interested to see where it goes. For sure, I'm very curious to see if they do the comic thing. Have you seen Dave the Jackal? It was insane overall, -1 episode. It's funny you mentioned that. Someone was literally telling me today to watch that show. But no, I've never seen it. I'd be interested to check that out. It's very funny you mentioned that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. Bring the boom to you. Let's see here. All right. I'm so uninterested in Dead City. I haven't even seen the trailer, and I'm a The Walking Dead, the content creator. That says a lot. Yeah, dude, I've been meaning to say that. I made a video about it a while in the summer, and like I kind of want to revitalize it. I don't give a fucking shit. I don't give a shit. I don't think it's good. Like, I mean, yeah, season 1 was good, but like, I'm not interested anymore. I agree with you when I say like, I'm a Walking Dead content creator too. It's not the only thing I talk about, but it is what brought on the viewership of this channel. It's what keeps the viewership of this channel. But like, I don't care. I'm not really interested. Is the Rizzler hiding somewhere to jump on screen? No, he's not. That was really wild. If any of you guys know the Makeshift Project, I'm friends with Brian from there, and they did like a live podcast with him. So we were hanging out after and stuff, and like that's how I got to meet him. But it was really interesting to meet the Rizzler. I'll say that. He, like, obviously when you're 8 years old and you're that famous, like that's got to be a lot on a kid. It's just so, it was very, very interesting to meet him. That's for sure. Day of the Jackal is insane. I actually love that show. I'm going to look it up right now. I actually have literally, like, I've heard of it. Someone just told me about it, but I literally know nothing about it. I know straight up nothing. So how do I share my screen? Let's see how this works. Share screen, allow share screen, window. Let's see, Google, do I have anything that's incriminating? Not really incriminating, but anything like this. Let's see, what was I going to say? Day of the Jackal. Jerry and the Rizzler link up as a top 5 moments in humanity. I can't do it. I can't do the Riz face. I can't do it at all. Let's switch to the Jerry cat really quickly. I don't know how he does it. What does he do? I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. Oh, okay. That was fun while it lasted. All right, so what is the Day of the Jackal about? Let's say Day of the Jackal. Oh, look, this lady's in it. This lady from Walking Dead seasons 10 and 11. Interesting. What is this? Richard Dormer? Theo, you like my Riz face? Who the hell? What is? Okay, so where do I find out what this is about? Let's see. An elite sniper, a master of disguise, and a highly trained killer, the Jackal is an assassin coldly carrying out hits for a fee. Following an attack on a high-profile and notorious politician, he's offered his riskiest job yet, one that could pay him enough to leave this life for good. Obviously, you can't get a lot off of the premise, but the premise sounds interesting, for sure. Guys, I'm really excited for Severance tonight. And maybe this is a bad time to stream because no one is in here right now. It's a dead stream today. That's okay, though. It's okay. It's intimate. It's very intimate. It's very beautiful. Frankly, a lot of people say it's very nice. Eddie Redmayne is so good in this role. I'm not too sure who Eddie... Oh, this guy. Who is this guy again? What was he in? Oh, he was in Fantastic Mr. Beast. This guy was in The Theory of Everything. Is Daredevil good? Been hearing nonstop positive things. I've never seen it, so I honestly don't know. Yeah, he played Steve in Hawk. Yes, I do remember that now. I do remember. Excuse me. He played Stephen Hawking. Okay, I am on YouTube, and I don't know why, because it's not like I could watch anything because I don't want to get copyright striked. What is this movie idol video? The Walking Dead Shannon Carl Grimes spin-off series, Why It Never Happened? Well, why would it happen? I'm confused. I am Fusion. Why is this Kansas? Deb Morgan. I liked her. I thought she was really good, actually. Oh, bro, did you guys see this? Do any of you guys watch White Lotus? Let me know. This scene in White Lotus was fucking crazy. This Bangkok scene, guy. This was a crazy, crazy scene. Oh my God, this was crazy. Damn. I feel like I'm going to incriminate myself showing you my timeline because I got a mix of interesting videos. I don't know if you guys watch Tony, but Kill Tony is like the funniest show of all time. If you don't watch it, you got to check it out. Theo said, wonder if they will make a second film in the series where Stephen Hawking goes to Epstein Island like he got exposed for. I am on I am on the island. I can't do a Stephen Hawking impression, obviously. I'm not really good at that. That's so true. Oh my god. Matt Rife. I wish I could do a good one, but I can't do a good impression. Names are so funny. What does this mean? Time to shine. Join Clean with Me creators as they transform their spaces, offering motivation and what the fuck is that? Okay, I didn't mean to click on this. What is this? What is this? What are you talking about? How do you do? All right, should I try to record? The unfortunate thing is this is a scripted video and I'm using a freaking teleprompter. So the problem with that is it might feel stale. And this one you may see a lot of Jerry's takes from, because I might have to go like that a lot and make cuts and edits. Now let's see if this is going to fuck up my GPU by doing a live stream and a video recording at the same time. I've never attempted this, but it should be, a lot of people say it should be very interesting. Some people say it's going to be one of the greatest. Let's switch to the main cam. Let's go to the beach. Let's go get away. See, this is my teleprompter. Teleprompter. And if you know what that is, you get brownie points, ladies and germs. You get some, not germs. You gentlemen are fine people. You're not germs. Helicopter. All right. Can I do this without fucking up my CPU? That's the real, or GPU. That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say, teleprompter. Oh, it's Frankie. Welcome in, Frankie. Yes, teleprompter. I won't mess up like Joe, like Sleepy Joe. A lot of people say Sleepy Joe, not the best with a teleprompter. Theo, have a wonderful night, and I'm glad to see you're going to bed early. I'm very glad. You should, because you've stayed up very late in these past live streams. Good to see you as always, Theo. Thanks for coming in, man. Untold Epic, greetings. Greetings and salutations. And Franketh, if I may. Not really, but I'm glad to see you, man. It's been a little while. I just watched your Jesus Christ, your Better Call Saul. Your Patrick Fabian podcast. It was awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. So now what I got to do is bring the boom. So if you want to see what I do, I'll show you what I do. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? All right. I'm going to show you my screen, ladies and gentlemen. So this is my screen yet again. This is my script for the Rise and Fall of Dexter. Oh, shit. This is my script, ladies and gents. So what I am going to do is put this in the Elgato Camera Hub software because that's what I need to do. So I hate breaking down in scripts. I'll be honest with you. And this is a pretty longish video, kind of, not really. But I think the software that Elgato has for this fucking thing is not good. And I'm not the best at reading off scripts. I don't want to add my Twitch channel. What am I doing? Let's do text. So then if you look at you won't be able to see it, but there is text here and you can see it displayed on the teleprompter, which I think is pretty cool. Teleprompter. Let's see, script name, The Rise and Fall of Dexter. Hello, Dexter Morgan. Ooh, okay. Look at that fucker. Look at that motherfucker. Hello. All right. So let's see if I could then go and record this. And what I'll probably do is record this with, uh-oh. Okay, let's see if I could actually record this. I'm going to try. Let's see. I'm going to watch the stream to make sure the stream isn't fucking up, as they say, and then I'm going to start to record it. So let's check out the channel. Let's bring the boom if we haven't already. Let's go. Let's see what live looks like. Why is it saying I'm not streaming? What is wrong? I mean, you guys are in here. There we go. All right. Hey, Jerry, did you hear Ellie Jorn, Dead City showrunner, is leaving to work on Severance? What could this mean for season 3? That's a good question, but no, I didn't hear that's why. I did hear that the showrunners are changing, and I don't know. I mean, this season to me looks bad. Like, it doesn't look good, so I really don't know. But time will tell. All right, let's get out. Let's get out the stuff. Let's see. Just, you guys need to let me know. You need to police me and let me know if OBS did not shut down. Let's run it normally. Okay. Let's see if there's an issue. Let me see if there is an issue. Jack the Boss, I'm hungry too. All right, so you guys are going to see, I guess if this works, you're going to see both angles. This is what my camera looks like without lights, by the way. Let's shut this stuff. Jerry, what came first, the chicken or the egg? That's a very good question. And I have one for you guys too after I answer. Actually, I'll say it and then we'll answer the question. How many, do you think there's more doors or wheels in the world? How about that? Let me know. Okay, and what came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm going to have to say egg. I really don't know, but I'm going to have to say egg. All right. I feel like my computer's going to explode if I try to do all this shit at the same time, but let's give it a whirl. You're going to hear me fuck up a ton in this one because this is going to be a doozy to record, that's for sure. So, by the way, just so you know, the camera down here, like the camera, which way should I point? The camera down there, that's the camera that I'm using to live stream. This, what you're seeing in these squares, that is what I'm using to record. So this may look confusing. Dwight, don't say that Ian and Andrew are taking over. Do not. Don't scare me. Don't scare me like that. Whoa, what happened here? What happened here? Okay, I need to go on Do Not Disturb because you guys might see a text of mine or something pop up on screen, and I do not want to give away that sort of thing. So let's go to Do Not Disturb. All right. 1 second. I'm gonna send a text message, and then we are going to go from there. All right. Just give me. All right. Okay. So we are now going to start. A lot of people say we're going to start recording. Some people say it's one of the greatest recording, a great big recording. All right. Again, I'm not really good at reading off scripts, but we're going to have to go with it for the sake of this video. We're going to have to. We're just going to have to do it. This is going to be a doozy. Are we active? We are. Okay, let's go to OBS. Are we active? We are. Right here. All right, so I'm going to start recording, you guys. You guys are going to get the first scoop of this. It's 2006, and a show dares to ask, can you root for a serial killer? Okay, I don't know if I like that. It's 2006, and a show dares to ask if you could root for a serial killer. And not just any serial killer, but one who follows a code, who hunts other murderers. A forensic blood splatter analysis. Fuck, I keep getting this one wrong. A forensic blood spatter analyst by day, a meticulous executioner by night. A forensic blood spatter analyst by day and a meticulous executioner by night. Dexter didn't just pose the question, it made Dexter didn't just pose the question, but it made millions say yes. But by 2013, that same audience was asking, what the hell happened to the show? Ladies and gentlemen, I think there is a clear rise and an inevitable, monumental fall that led to the reputation that Dexter has to date in the eyes of many. And that's exactly what we're going to be exploring in this video. So tonight's the night. Let's talk about the rise and fall of Dexter. Now, before Dexter started, TV heroes were cops, lawyers, and doctors, the good guys with quirks. But a protagonist who was also a cold-blooded killer, that was revolutionary. Airing on Showtime, Dexter pushed the boundaries, influenced anti-hero titans like Breaking Bad, and for a while stood amongst TV's greatest, until it wasn't. Tonight's the night, guys. I see you coming away. All right. Today we're tracing Dexter's ascent to TV royalty and its stumble into infamy, really. What made it great? Where did it fall apart? And why, even after that disastrous finale, does Dexter still matter? From the ice truck killer to that lumberjack nightmare, we've got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Season 1 setting the stage. That's probably going to be I'm guessing that's going to be a title screen. Dexter introduces us to one of TV's most compelling anti-heroes, played flawlessly. Dexter introduces us to one of TV's most compelling anti-heroes of all time, played flawlessly by Michael C. Hall, a serial killer with a moral compass, molded by his adoptive father, Harry, who teaches him to channel his urges by only killing the guilty. Fuck, I fucked that up. Dexter introduces us to one of TV's most compelling anti-heroes, played flawlessly by Michael C. Hall. He's a serial killer with a moral compass, molded by his adoptive father, Harry, who teaches him to channel his urges by only killing the guilty. The ice truck killer storyline was masterful. A game of cat and mouse, teasing Dexter's past, leading to the shocking reveal, his brother Brian. And that moment when Dexter holds Brian torn between his family and his code, it really is just haunting. That wasn't just a crime show. This was a psychological study wrapped in a thriller. And the thing is, critics ate it up. Fans loved the voiceovers, the dark humor, and the freshness of it all. Dexter wasn't just good, it was straight up addictive. And take it from me, I literally finished the show in a month's time. I started watching it a month ago, and now here we are. That says a lot about how addicting the show was, at least in its earlier seasons. Obviously, all good things come to an end. We're going to get to that. But taking a step back, how do you top that? But taking a quick step back, how do you top something like that? Well, by making Dexter the target. Season 2 flips the script. The Bay Harbor Butcher is being hunted by his own colleagues. Doak's sniffing around, tension through the roof. Deb's PTSD comes from Season 1. Fuck, sorry, that's a confusing line. Doak sniffing around, tension through the roof. Deb's PTSD from Season 1, a great emotional arc. And Lila, absolutely unhinged and my favorite villain. One of my favorite villains, I guess I should say, I'll be honest. Hall wins a Golden Globe, ratings climb, and Dexter is peaking. Season 3, expanding the world. Oh, and Excuse me, guys. Enter Miguel Prado, played by Jimmy Smits, a DA who seems like Dexter's kindred spirit until he isn't. Their friendship, twisted. The rooftop confrontation, personal. Meanwhile, I don't like the delivery of that. Their friendship was very, very twisted, and the rooftop confrontation by the end of it was absolutely insane. But meanwhile, Dexter's life-changing marriage, fatherhood, fuck, I don't like that. Their friendship was obviously very twisted, and the rooftop confrontation was one of the best parts of that season. When it all finally broke, it was just phenomenal. But meanwhile, Dexter's life is changing. Marriage, fatherhood, a killer balancing family and murder. The stakes felt fresh, they felt new, and Dexter just straight up seemed unstoppable. The Fall, seasons 4 through 8. Season 4, Peak and Pivot. If there's a high point, as you guys know, it's season 4. No. If there's a high point, it's easily season 4. John Lithgow's Trinity Killer was just beyond chilling. Every moment he's on screen is just gold. His psychological warfare against Dexter is brutal. His Emmy win is easily more than deserved. But the finale, Rita's death, fans were just shattered by it, including me. But the finale showing Rita's death was just earth-shattering, and fans were shattered. Some called it genius, others felt betrayed. But one thing was for certain, Dexter would never be the same. And after a pretty long break between season 4 and 5, season 5 introduces Lumen, a revenge-driven victim of a human trafficking ring. Julia Stiles does fine, but the chemistry, honestly, was a little lacking, and the story was just there. Like, I think it's easy to say the best part about season 5 was Lumen and Dexter, even though I really do think their chemistry was pretty much non-existent. The rest of the story just didn't, it wasn't a story. I don't know what it was. It was a story. It was a story of Dexter, but you could tell that the writing fell off. You could tell it wasn't the same as it used to be. And that's because it wasn't. This was written by Scott Buck after Clyde Phillips had left the show. This was a totally different Dexter. I see you guys commenting. Dead City was interesting. I agree. But I thought it looked goofy, to be honest. And Christopher Lawrence, hi. I'm recording a video. Now, season 6 just outright jumps the shark. The religious killer arc had promise, but the twist was terrible. And Deb's falling in love with Dexter. Fans hated it. They absolutely hated it. I understand why. It was disgusting and it wasn't something to see on screen. But overall, this was just, like, who wrote this season? I don't even know how you could get a season like this. Between Deb falling in love with Dexter and between, honestly, the Doomsday Killer was just such a boring story. Or the fact that earlier in the show you introduced this character who serves no purpose because everything he explains to Dexter just gets thrown right out the window once he dies. I'm talking about Uncle Sam. Did I just say Uncle Sam on camera? I meant Brother Sam. I'm keeping that in because that was ridiculous. All in all, I just don't know what the writers were smoking. I don't know where that season came from. But at least that one really was just one eyesore. It was a pimple. We have one more we're going to get to. But season 7 does try to recover from that. Isaac Serco is a great villain, and LaGuerta's investigation is intriguing. This is the manhunt that I think a lot of people wanted. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was the only manhunt in Dexter, and it didn't really go to anything. But Deb killing LaGuerta at the end felt rushed. And again, like I said, this was the manhunt. We didn't get any of it in season 8. We got this. And that's pretty unfortunate. But I will say, Deb killing LaGuerta did feel rushed. I think that was the only, I guess, setback you could say of this season. I think the rest, it kind of did pick up. Like, Isaac Serco was good. That storyline was definitely interesting. And just overall, the pace being higher because of LaGuerta doing this investigation was very, very interesting. It's just Deb coming to the conclusion that Dexter was, I'm coming to the excuse me. But Deb coming to the conclusion to kill LaGuerta, while I thought was very interesting to see and was a great plot twist, definitely didn't seem like it would be something that she would do. It didn't really feel in character, but I get it. It was a very tense moment. I do understand that. Regardless, it was still clear that momentum was slipping, even if this season was a high, which this one was one of my favorites for sure. It's just not as bad as season 8. Season 8, The Crash. My favorite season of Dexter. That's a joke. Oliver Saxon as the villain, boring. Masuka's long-lost daughter, pointless. Hannah McKay's return, forced. Honestly, even though I liked it, it's very easy to say that one was forced. And the finale, Dexter fakes his death and abandons his son and becomes this? What? Fans were furious. I'm furious. I'm apoplectic, as a matter of fact. Online petitions for a rewrite flooded in. Critics called it one of TV's worst endings. It was a disaster. It was a true piece of shit. This, in a lot of ways, was worse than Game of Thrones in the eyes of some fans. Some fans thought it was better. I don't know. I think the finale itself was terrible. I really do. I don't think there's any way around that, but it was a train wreck. It was like watching a car in slow motion. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion. Analysis of the rise and fall. The rise of strengths. Ladies and gentlemen, to understand why Dexter fell, Ladies and gentlemen, to understand why Dexter fell, we first have to recognize why it rose so high. The first 4 seasons didn't just succeed because of an interesting premise. They worked because of the execution. At its peak, Dexter was a masterclass in suspenseful storytelling with a gripping internal conflict that kept us glued to the screen. And the key to that success was a clear creative vision. Showrunner Clyde Phillips and his team understood that Dexter wasn't just about murder. It was about morality. Could a man conditioned to kill ever truly change? Seasons 1 through 4 of Dexter built that tension with precision, never ever losing sight of Dexter's internal struggle. His kills weren't just violent spectacles. They were psychological chess machines. They were psychological chess matches. moments that made us question our own justice. And of course, there was Michael C. Hall. The man didn't just play Dexter Morgan, he was Dexter Morgan. I swear Michael C. Hall was born to play this character. His ability to make us sympathize with a remorseless killer was nothing short of incredible. The deadpan delivery, the subtle flickers of emotion, the internal monologues dripping with dark humor, it was perfection. His performance alongside a supporting cast that was extremely strong gave Dexter a depth that most crime shows just could never achieve. But let's not forget the pacing. The first 4 seasons moved with a purpose. Every major event, Brian's reveal, Dokes' pursuit, and Miguel's betrayal, or even Trinity Killer's reign of terror, just felt earned. Each new season escalated the stakes, keeping us on edge. Every time Dexter killed, we weren't just watching, we were feeling it very clearly. The suspense was electric. At its best, Dexter didn't just tell a good story, it made us question ourselves. Why were we rooting for a killer? Could he ever find redemption? And most importantly, when would he finally get caught? I'm going to take a quick break here from the recording just to say, so are you going to switch your video resolution to 16:9 or keep it 2:1? I'm going to wait till the verdict comes out because I haven't quite got there yet, to be completely honest with you. It's looking more like 16:9. I will say that would help my editing a little bit, but I don't know. What's your favorite Dexter episode in the front? We're going to come back to those things in a little bit. Jerry, any plans to interview more actors from shows and stuff you watch? Yes, I've been busy emailing behind the scenes. It's tougher than I thought to book. I think From was doing a very big promotional run at the time when I did it, so that was easier. But it is tough to book other celebrities. I've been trying, believe me. But we'll come back to Q&A in a little bit. All right, we're going to move on. The false failures. But then it all started to fall apart. So what went wrong? The answer is pretty much everything after season 4. When Clyde Phillips left, he took Dexter's core identity with him. The storytelling lost direction and the cracks really did start to show. Instead of tight, purposeful arcs, we got drawn out, inconsistent narratives that felt more like filler than meaningful progression. One of its biggest issues was repetition. Instead of building towards a satisfying conclusion, Dexter became very formulaic, and it was very evident. The later seasons leaned too heavily on the villain of the season structure. Lumen, Travis, Isaac, the brain surgeon, without any real growth from Dexter himself. We watched him go through the same motions again and again, killing, covering tracks, and barely escaping suspicion. By the time we watched the final seasons, it felt like Dexter was treading water, stalling for time instead of moving toward an inevitable conclusion, one that us fans deserved. But then there were the truly bizarre decisions. The whole Deb being in love with Dexter plotline, yeah, no one wanted that, even if I personally saw something like that coming. It was an unnecessary, cringe-inducing twist that derailed Deb's character completely. And then there's the fact that Dexter's secret identity as a killer barely felt like a threat anymore. In earlier seasons, we felt the danger. Dokes getting close, LaGuardia investigating, Trinity exposing cracks in Dexter's life. But by the end, it seemed that no one really cared anymore. Dexter was practically walking around with a neon sign saying he's a serial killer, here and still getting away with it. Dexter was practically walking around with a sign. Dexter was practically walking around with a neon sign saying serial killer here and still getting away with it. And finally, we have the ultimate failure, the series finale. I mean, what the hell was even that? Insert the what the hell was even that meme. After 8 years of buildup, Dexter fakes his death, abandons his son, and becomes a lumberjack? That's not a tragic ending, it's a joke. The show was supposed to answer one fundamental question: can Dexter escape his past? But instead, it threw its hands up and said, we don't know, let's figure it out. Fuck, never mind. The show was supposed to answer one fundamental question: can Dexter escape his past? Fuck, I don't like that. The show was supposed to answer one fundamental question: can Dexter escape his past? Instead, it threw its hands up and said, we don't know, here's some plaid and an axe. Fans were furious. I'm furious again. I'm apoplectic again. Jerry's getting very upset. Critics shredded it, and to this day, it's considered one of the worst TV finales of all time. Ultimately, Dexter didn't just fail because it got bad. It failed because it lost its identity. It forgot what made it great in the first place, and in trying to keep the story going, it lost one thing that always made it compelling: the promise that one day Dexter Morgan's story would have to end. But instead, it just didn't. It just kept going. Conclusion. From a bloody triumph to a lumberjack letdown, Dexter's story is one of brilliance and burnout. It changed TV. Even with its missteps, it remains a defining show of its era, for sure. Then came the 2021 revival, New Blood. Did it fix anything? Not quite, to be honest. Everyone thought this was going to be the next finale, like the true finale of the show. It wasn't. It was now an extension. But at least it was like somewhat of a step towards redemption, I guess, because there was that. Like, we got to see him finally getting caught in some way. We finally got to see someone kill him even though he didn't die, because we have Original Sin, which was the next spinoff that came in 2024. And that one was really just a true spinoff in the sense of the form. It was a backstory to Dexter narrated by Michael C. Hall. That one was interesting, to say the least, but it just kept the story chugging along. And that's kind of a shame, because a lot of us want finality. I know I do, but really, I would love to hear from you. What do you think was the rise? What do you think was the fall of Dexter? And what are you excited to see in the future? Be sure to drop your comments about that right under the like button and the subscribe button. And with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Hello, everyone. I'm still recording. I am going to just add my call-outs in here, and then I'll come back to these. And I'm glad you like the hand gestures, some cup of ice water. By the way, look at that. We'll get back to that later. All right. This video is sponsored by me. Now, that's really... Fuck, hold on. I don't like that. I'm not going to do that. Hello. Real quick, I just wanted to say... Nah, I'm going to do a call out later. All right, this is the end of this video. Fuck. Okay, all right. I recorded a video, you guys. I see D-Nad saying he's so confused. I was just recording a video. And you see me here. You see me rolling. Let me switch. Stop sharing screen. Hello. For those of you who are in here for the first time, hello. Greetings, D-Nads. Greetings and salutations. What it do? What's the deal? What's up? What it is, ho, what's up? I wanted to see if that would work, and it kind of did. I thought that was pretty. Do you like my socks? I wore these to work. How did I do that? Oh, wait, it lost me. It lost me. Fuck. Hold on. There we go. Oh, whoa. This is the Osmo Pocket 3, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and it has face tracking. And it's pretty cool. You can see my room. Look at this. You can see my desk setup. Look at this. This is where I film. This is where I film my videos. Ain't it great? It's actually amazing how precise this thing is. I'm not going to lie. Oh, my voice just cracked. Frankly, my voice just cracked very badly. A lot of people say it was too bad. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you think it's cool. I love this thing. I don't use it enough. My intention was to use it for New York City vlogs, and then I just like fucking never did it. So now I have it for this, because I could do this. Like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TED Talk. What's the deal? Oh, thank you. Nice room setup. It is girl coded because I live with a girl. And we share things. So I only get this side of the space. This is me. The rest is all her. I'm sorry if you already answered this, but what video were you filming? I was filming the rise and fall of Dexter. No, I actually honestly didn't even explain it to anyone, so that's a fair question. Yeah, and I saw someone ask the question about 16:9 or 2:1. I haven't figured it out yet, to be completely honest. I'm not sure which I'm going to go to. I'm going to wait to see what the verdict is. If the majority says 16:9, I'm going to switch to it. I like 2:1. I think it looks good on mobile, but I also understand the demand is kind of changing. And I understand that people are watching more on TV and things like that. And 16:9 would look better on a TV. And also 2:1 isn't the best for all screens. Like I watch videos on my phone all the time. I watch them in landscape. I commute on a subway. I have a long commute on a subway to work. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So I watch it in landscape on the subway. So that's just my use case, but I know there's so many others. That's why I like 2:1, but I also understand 16:9 is just a way more accessible size. DNADS, am I excited for the Severance finale? I am very excited for the Severance finale. I'm pooping my pants over it. Not really, I'm not pooping my pants. You guys want to see my Notion board? I'll show you that. What a deal! What a deal, Parmesan. Do I have anything incriminating in here first? Let me see. Hold on, let me make sure I don't. All right. Here is my board. Let me show this to you guys. And then I got to stop to eat something, but I'm not really hungry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Notion board. This is where I plan all my videos. So this is where I have, this is where like I plan. I'll show you the actual thing. So I already wrote this. So now it is editing video. We are in editing. It's going to be my next video. I want to create something new in here. Script. All right. So this is my board. This is where I plan out all my videos and everything I do. So I also have like my personal shit in here because I really shouldn't be showing everything, but this is where this is how I plan out all my videos. I have like an ideas page where I import any of my ideas, and I've obviously a shit ton that I just never got to. Then I have like a writing page. These are ones that I've at least started or have outlines for out of these ideas. But I usually sort by like ones that I actually think would be worthwhile. So like I have a shit ton in here, like stuff for the comics, Walking Dead stuff, all that stuff. And down here, I have like a section for written, but really that breaks down into production. This is where I could see things that are ready to go and things that aren't. So like, as you saw, I changed this to editing when I was in the view of it. Like when I was in here, I went to here and like changed it to editing from written. I've been thinking about selling this template because I made this template from scratch. I'd sell it for like a few bucks, But I think this is a phenomenal template for YouTubers. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but this thing has helped me come up with content so much. I just don't know how the fuck to templatize it, but I am thinking of selling it. Once I figure that out, I probably will. Sorry to monetize things, but it took up a lot of time to make. You know what I mean? No, it would cost like $5. It wouldn't be a lot. It would cost like it wouldn't be expensive at all. No, Notion templates are really cheap, honestly, and I wouldn't. But anyway, this production is where I have videos that I've written. So like I've already written Is Negan Good? I've written The Wasted Potential of Frank Lundy, the Better Call Saul retrospective, and Rise and Fall of Game of Thrones, but I prioritize them. So like Is Negan Good? That's a pretty high priority because my viewers, it's stuff that I know they care about. Frank Lundy, same. Better Call Saul retrospective, that's pretty low. Like it's average, but it's pretty low, and this is going to be a long ass video. Oh, I can move this to finalized because I did that. See, like I already did the tarot one. But next is the Rise and Fall of Dexter. This obviously, like I'm now editing, so it's in that stage. Then completed. I recently went in and deleted everything and completed, but this was like miles along before. And then abandoned, it's where videos go to die that I know I'm never going to make, but I haven't had any in abandoned in a while. $1 million. Better Call Saul retrospective. How do you go about making retrospectives? I'm thinking of doing some for shows, but I've watched, but it seems overwhelming. I don't know. I'm writing that script. Well, I'm not right. I already wrote the script. I'm talking metaphorically. I'm writing that script right now. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to go about it. I'm just going to talk about it from start to finish. And I will say, and I don't like to, I'll be honest about this one because it was very helpful. Like this script that doesn't look long, but it's a very long script. The actual finished one, it's like extremely fucking long. The summarization parts, like when there was parts I didn't know how to fill in, I would ask ChatGPT to help me fill in some of the gaps of it. But essentially what my structure for the video is it would just kind of go through the series and talk about like Jimmy McGill and from start to finish of the series. Obviously it was written by me, but like there were parts of it that I needed some help filling in, like some of the Howard Hamlin parts or whatever. But yeah. So this is my Notion template. I use this for all video ideas. And I do also use it for like my other ideas, but I just never, for like my other channels, but I've never really gotten off the ground running with that. I really need to do more on Jerry's Takes Plus. Like I really need to start doing more on there. Have you seen the Thrifty Writer typewriter on YouTube, and would you collab with him? I would love to collab with him for sure. I would love to. I've talked to him a couple times. I'm not too. We haven't been too communicative. But I love his videos. I think he makes phenomenal videos. I would love to collab with him one day. I'm sure it'll happen. We've chatted here and there. It's just there's nothing in the cards or anything at the moment. Christopher Lawrence said, "Do you play any video games?" I play some when I'm bored and have nothing to do. I'll hop on the basic ones like Minecraft, Fortnite, or Call of Duty. I sound like a child. I'm 28. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm about to be 28 next week. But yeah. I'm not really hungry. Like, I feel like I should eat something, but I'm not really hungry. Maybe I'll make like a peanut butter and jelly or something. Do you remember in The Walking Dead when Rick and Morgan kill the saviors in the bar? I think it was 8:14. And did you find that out of the characters for Rick, for me, it made sense? Wait, do I remember the Morgan kill? Yes, I do. And did you find that out? Oh, did I find that out of character for Rick? For me, it made sense, but it was kind of rushed. Yeah, it was a little out of character for sure. I think it was a little out of character for sure. Um, I love Doom and its mods. I've never played Doom, actually. How do I? Is there a way I could like highlight a comment or something? Like on the screen? Excuse me, Jesus. What it is, ho? What's up? Every good girl needs a little love. All right, I'm gonna go be a little productive, guys. We got Severance at 9 o'clock. Excuse me, Jesus, I'm burping a lot. So I want to watch that and then do a review. So I'm gonna get out of here, get my life together before then, and go from there. So thank you so much for coming on, hanging out. This was a pretty quiet stream today, but you know, it's good. It's not a bad thing. I'm pretty glad it was intimate. But yeah, thank you very much, and see you soon. Peace out.